Hey everyone, welcome back to the Sunny Side. I'm Sunny, and this video right here, right now, is all about Venus in Capricorn. Right on. All right, here we go, guys. For those who don't know, I am a professional astrologer. I do write the horoscopes for some of the newspapers up here in Canada. If you want a personal reading, just check it out, how to do that, in the description box below. In addition to that, most of the videos here are shot live on the channel, and this one is not, but so what? Like, just letting you guys know, I'll tell you what's going on in the video today. So for the video is going to be in 3 parts. For the first part, I'm going to tell you a little blah 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 what's going on here on the channel, what's new and what's up on the channel, and then I'm going to give you my 2 cents on what what Venus in Capricorn means, and then I'm going to talk about what a number of different more notable modern astrologers have talked about. With regards to Venus in Capricorn, and I'll give you my 2 cents on it, and I'll tell you why I agree or disagree with it, and whatever. Okay. Anyways, and so once again, it is a video. Feel free to fast forward if you want to fast forward. Okay, so once again, I am a professional astrologer. I do write the horoscopes up here. So if you want a personal reading, please check it out in the description box below. Next thing, every morning here on the channel, we have every morning here on the channel we do live horoscopes. So if you want to take part in that or ask me some questions, by all means, please subscribe to the channel. Maybe give the video a thumbs up. Please share it with your friends, and share it on Facebook or Twitter or something. And if you do drop by in the morning to one of the live streams, please say hello. Please say, yo, what's up, Sonny? I hope you're having a super amazing day. And I'll say, thanks, player. Thanks for dropping by. So here we go. For those who are new to the channel, this is our website. This is TheSunnySide.net. It's changed a number of times over the years. And this is where you go if you want your astrology report. This is where you get your birth report, right, which is your natal report. And this is where you get your compatibility report. So if you're dating someone and you want to know if they're just using you for money, or if they just they like you because you buy them things, or they want to be social, or whatever the deal is, they want to impress their friends or parents, this is where you go to get your compatibility report to figure all of that stuff out. Then this is also on the TheSunnySide.net. You can get your relocation report. So if you want to move somewhere and you want to know if you're going to find love in that part of the world or in that city, or if you're going to have a better chance of finding the job that you want over there, that's your relocation report. And finally, I have your progressed report. Whether you realize it or not, your chart changes over time. And you're obviously not the same person that you are at 7 years old as 37 years old, unless you whatever. and so your chart changes over time, and that's what we call your progress chart astrologically. And this is where you go, astrology reports on TheSunnySide.net. On top of all of that, for those who don't know, there's other stuff there. You can go check it out. Some of the books that I've written over the years are available on the website as well, and they're also available on Amazon. And that's the action. All right, so that's TheSunnySide.net. That's where you go to get your astrology stuff. In addition to all of that, we have a new store. SLC, my wife, my sexy, amazing crab, she created the Astro-Side.com. And the Astro-Side, there's a link for it in the description box. And the Astro-Side is where you go to get all of your hoodies and t-shirts and cups and other stuff. These leggings here are one of our more popular items that we have here on the Astro-Side. It's really cool. These are really popular. And this is actually our most popular t-shirt right now. The SunnySide, Together It's a Beautiful Day. And it's not in white that it's popular. It's in the other colors that's most popular. This one right here. But just to show you guys, and it is the Capricorn video, she has created some seriously boss-ass clothing here. So there's also novelty stuff like mess with the crab, you're gonna get stabbed. Oh. Here, I'll show you. Before the cool stuff, I'll show you some of the fun stuff she's done. She's designed some novelty shirts for everybody, like oh him, we're just friends. I didn't think that one was that funny when I saw it, but I'm a jealous double Scorpio. Or this, I told her, the sooner you realize it's all about me, the happier you'll be. This is very Aries or Leo kind of jersey. She designed these for everybody. And there's some fun ones. The face you make when you're about to go out on a first date. It's really cute. All right. an innocent. I swear. Okay. This is kind of a Virgo kind of thing. Anyways, they're for all different signs. Now, then she created these, and these are by far and away some of the coolest astrological gifts that I've seen yet. And this is the one for Capricorn. So check this out. And this is in our description. I put this in the video. This is just boss. This hoodie kicks butt. So if you're a Capricorn and you're going to the gym, or you're going to go to the jog, or you're going to go for a jog, or you're going to do anything where you need a hoodie, this is the hoodie to wear, Capricorn. Seriously, straight action on that. And it comes in different colors. Say you need to vibe a little on the bright side, and you need to say, hey, I'm a Capricorn. This is me. Everybody needs to see me right now. I'm the action, and that's it. This is what you get right now. They come in a couple of different colors, and it's all about Capricorn right there. Also, there's one more color that it's in. It's in light blue. This is really nice too. If you want to say you're a Capricorn but you're not an asshole, this is the one to get. So, and there's one, and then there are a whole bunch of cups that she's created as well. These are the different Virgos, Pisces, and these are all the cups that she's creating right now. And there's new stuff every day. She's popping new stuff on here every day. All right, that's the action on that kind of stuff. All right, next, let's get down to some horoscopes. Let's go down to, so that's what's going on the channel. So if you want a personal reading, check it out in the description box. Just message me. And if you want to support the channel, then please go to the if you want a personal reading, check it out. If you want your Astro Report, go to TheSunnySide.net. Otherwise, if you're looking for some cool gifts, then to the Astro Side with you, to theastroside.com, and you'll get some really cool horoscope stuff, astrology stuff. All right, now before I read the other stuff, here's my take on what's going on with Capricorn here. Venus in Capricorn. So this is Capricorn over here. Let's move it around to where we usually see Capricorn. Capricorn rules the 10th house. So there's some things in astrology that astrologers mess up all the time. And like, it's just like some of the videos, like the who hates everybody, what everybody hates about, why everybody hates each sign kind of video series. There's a reason for these. There's a reason for some of the stuff. And what are you trying to say, Sonny? And there are a lot of myths and stereotypes out there. And I try and dispel some of the myths and stereotypes on the channel. Now keep in mind, if it is it's a stereotype for a reason. But at the same time, it's not entirely true. And just because it becomes popular doesn't necessarily mean it's even one of the stronger underlying characteristics. For many of the signs, there are a lot of characteristics about them that people don't know about. And in my opinion, Capricorn is one of the most misunderstood signs. They are reserved. They can be reserved. They're not overly outspoken, but at the same time, they're definitely out there and they put themselves on the line. And it has to do with Capricorn's ruler and with Capricorn's placement in the zodiac here. Now, before I talk about that, we'll just say there are three different things at play here. There's the house, which are these numbers. This is where everything's happening. And then there's the sign, the celestial body, which is like, in other words, the planet. So they're not all planets, but the celestial orb, so to speak. And that's a different energy. And then we have the sign on the outside. And they all have similarities, but they're not the same. And when you're writing horoscopes all the time, or if you write them every day like I do, and you're looking at charts nonstop every day like I do, then, and you want to get creative, you want to say, hey, you want to say the same boring thing every day, because it's not like, watch this, it's not like anything moves very much every day. Well, like the sun is still there. Okay. Plus, there's a little bit more. It's not like, there's love and money in your chart every single day. You just have to know where to look for it. Sometimes you have to go to a different city. Sometimes you have to date a different guy. Sometimes it's in the public. Money is in the public. Sometimes it's at home. Sometimes love is at the library. Sometimes it's at the gym. Sometimes it's at the bank. Sometimes it's from a foreign culture. Sometimes you're going to find love through a friend. Or it's behind the scenes, or someone's shy looking at you. You just got to know where to look. It's not like the planet disappears from the sky. And so, but that's my job. I'm going to tell you where to look. Now, let's get on with things. Okay, so that's my 2 cents and my blah, 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 blah. It's just saying, sometimes it's similar. Sometimes there are differences. And when you listen to people's interpretations, or you're reading about this from other people, or you're listening to what people say, understand that when you're dealing with generalities and prejudices, some of the things that they say, they can blend together. But once again, it's similar, not the same. And oftentimes we say things about Venus in the 10th house, relating it to Capricorn, may or may not be true. Meaning, Venus in the first house means you're going to be good looking. You're going to attract things towards you. You're going to be aesthetically pleasing. Venus in the 7th house means you might marry somebody rich. Venus in the 2nd house means someone's going to give money to you. Venus in the 5th house means you're going to have a lot of it means you're going to have fun with kids. You're going to be very creative. Venus in the 12th house means a behind-the-scenes love affair. Venus in the 9th house means someone from a foreign culture is into you. Someone who's exotic. You're going to have an exotic fetish. So, it's all a little bit different, And having said that, if Venus is in the 2nd house in Capricorn, it means something that Venus in Capricorn in the 10th house. But once again, having said all of that, when you're hearing about other descriptions, they often mix Capricorn with the 10th house because Capricorn rules the 10th house. Okay, so that's the deal with it. So you have to watch out for it. All right. So just like you can get a very chatty Capricorn if you wanted, or just like you can get a very outgoing Cancer or a non-competitive Aries, and so or a Scorpio who doesn't want to stab you in the back, you can get all these different kind of signs. All right. So that's the deal with that kind of blah, blah, blah. I'm just saying be careful in what you listen to, because some of the stereotypes are accurate for some situations, and sometimes they're gravely different. Now, Venus is the planet of love and money and attraction and rapport. The whole saying, do unto others as you want others to do unto you, that's Venus. Venus is what you attract. So when I'm writing horoscopes for the newspapers, anyways, so Venus is what you attract. So when I'm writing the horoscopes and I say you're going to be attracting money, Venus is over here in the 2nd house. When I say you're going to be attracting love, Venus, whatever. And so let's say this again. I'm getting sidetracked because there's something I want to say here about Capricorn and why it's such a misunderstood sign. But Venus is what you attract. So wherever Venus is in your chart, that's where you're going to attract love, and it's where you're going to attract money. You guys cool with that? It also means how you want to relate to someone else. It's also the type of person you're going to attract. Everybody cool? So, and it's also how you want others to feel when you want them to feel good. And so that's the deal. So when it's in Capricorn can be, okay, so that's what Venus is. Now let me describe Capricorn and explain why it's such a misunderstood sign. First, Capricorn's ruled by Saturn, which is a restrictive sign. It's a sign of, it's a restrictive planet. It has a ring around it, right? But it's not a bad thing. People are like, oh, it's a maleficent planet, meaning whatever they think that word means. It usually means shitty. Not necessarily so. Saturn takes away what's not supposed to be there, but it also adds hard work and discipline. And remember, so in certain areas of the chart, Saturn is extremely good for you. Like when you add Saturn to Mercury, it means you're going to have, oh my nose. When you add Saturn to Mercury, it means you're going to be able to focus your thinking. It means you're going to be able to concentrate. And so Saturn's not always a bad thing. Actually, in quite certain situations, Saturn's a really good thing. And it gives you discipline. It gives you longevity. And those are all things about Capricorn. They're a disciplined sign. They're a very progressive sign. They're a very ambitious sign. And here's where things get a little weird. The 10th house is very much out in the public. It's the top of your chart. It's about the most public you can be in your, that's the most public. Down here, the 4th house is your physical home, staying inside. And the 10th house is you going out into the world. So, the problem is, Capricorn, how, you're going out in the world, it's being popular. But at the same time, Capricorn they appear aloof and standoffish. Both of these signs ruled by Saturn, Capricorn and Aquarius, seem aloof and standoffish. But how are you going to be standoffish when that part of the chart's your popularity? It don't make no sense. And then at the same time, it's the opposite sign of Cancer, and Cancer is one of the most nurturing signs of all. And so because Capricorn's the opposite, it's easy to think that Capricorn doesn't care about anything, when that's just not true either. So Capricorn is an extremely misunderstood sign. They just have ways. They're not even remotely as cold. They're not ruled by Pluto, the cold planet. That's Scorpio. Scorpio's cold. They're going to stab you right in your face. That's a cold sign. Capricorn wouldn't do that. But they would discipline you, because Saturn is the planet of discipline. Capricorn is tough love. Capricorn's quiet, but Capricorn is still about love. And that's the thing that you have to try and get across. So Capricorn is ambitious. They're the seahorse. Every time there's water, seahorse, sea goat. Every time, but they talk about the goat part, the ambitious part, but they don't talk about the sea goat part. They don't talk about the water part of Capricorn. Whenever there's water involved in any of the signs in astrology, that's emotions. And so you can't have a sea goat without the sea. And so that means Capricorn is progressive, but they're also, they care. They can be empathetic, and they care. Just a FYI. Just because someone doesn't agree with you doesn't make them not empathetic. Just because someone has to fire you because you're a screw up, just because you're a screw up and people don't want to agree with you, doesn't make the person not empathetic. Just because you're a loser, or you're a crybaby, or you're lazy, or you're stupid, doesn't mean the person's not empathetic. It means they got to make the hard decisions in life. And Capricorn is very ready to make some of those hard decisions in life. So don't hate Capricorn because you didn't measure up to expectations. They don't lack empathy. They gotta get, they're trying to take care of the situation. So that's that kind of thing. Now, there's more to it. Capricorn gets a bad reputation because it's like this. Scorpio, it's because of their ambition, and it's an earth sign. It's cardinal earth. They trying to make stuff happen. It's like Aries. Aries is cardinal fire. So Aries is like doing stuff. So Cancer is cardinal water. They're always feeling stuff. They're quick with their emotions. Their emotions might be quicker. They're going to jump the gun emotionally. Or we get Libra is cardinal air. They're quick to say hello. They're quick to converse. They like to watch. They like to communicate. And Capricorn is cardinal earth. They like to start projects. They like to start tangible things. And so that's just something to keep in mind. Now, having said all of that, they're very practical, obviously, upwardly mobile, and they're also the sign that wants power. They say in the zodiac, Scorpio has the power. Scorpio is one of the signs of power. Capricorn wants the power. It's aggressive. It's an aggressive, not necessarily aggressive like a fire sign is aggressive. It's not in your face. Capricorn is not in your face, but they're a progressive sign. They like to do things that make themselves 10th house look good. The 10th house is how you look in the world. Capricorn rules the 10th house. Capricorn rules how they want to look good in the world. And they do it by controlling their stuff through Saturn. Now, what does that mean when you put Venus in the mix? All right. So that's a lot about, Capricorn. But again, Capricorn is probably the most misunderstood sign. They're not whiny. They're not complaining. They're not in your face. They just do it. And because they seem like they're just doing their work, people say a lot of shit about them. And it's just not true. They say they don't care because they're just working. No, they're not distracted. They're ambitious. They're focused. They like to take, they work on their goals. They say Libra, Virgo makes the plan. Capricorn does the plan. And that's how they do it. They're just focused. Saturn adds focus to Capricorn. Now, does Venus like it in Capricorn? it's not its happiest place in the world, but so Venus is what you attract, and it's how you like to relate to others. So excuse me. So what are we going to say? You can relate to others, or when someone is down and you're trying to cheer them up, you can cheer them up in a Capricorn kind of way. Capricorn is like the sign of 12-step programs. If I take these 12 steps, I'll get it done. Virgo's going to make the 12 steps. Capricorn's going to take the 12 steps. It's, something to think about. Virgos make plans. Capricorns work the plan. And so let's say this again. So if you're not feeling well, say you're in a race and you fall down, Capricorn will say, come on, get up, get back out there, take these steps, do it again, back into the batter's box, and then they'll shout. Virgo is going to be like, shout. Virgo and Capricorns have a lot of similarities. Capricorn will say, you got to do this. They'll tell you all these different ways to do it. Like, they're not going to tell you. Virgo's going to tell you. Capricorn's going to pick you up, put you back in the batter's box, and stand there and watch you. That's actually what they're going to do. Virgo's going to be nitpicky and say, do this, do this, do this, all these different things on a list. Capricorn's going to pick you up, dust you off, and then just push you in the direction you're supposed to go. And that's what they do. That's what they do in love. They pick you up, and they can be chatty, but more often than not, they just let you do your own thing, which is very much a Saturn, which is very much a Venus in Capricorn kind of thing. So it also makes you attract ambitious people. Now, you're gonna as I read these things in a couple of minutes, you'll realize Capricorn's gonna get a bad rap about using people, because the phrase for Capricorn once again is I use. Aries, I am. Taurus, I have. Scorpio, we have. Capricorn, I use. And so Capricorn gets a bad rap for using people. Venus and Capricorn get a bad rap for using people. But keep in mind, Venus is actually what you attract. So when it means you're going to attract people who want to use you, or attract people who use others. But it also means you're going to attract hard workers. Capricorn is an extremely hard-working sign. You're going to attract people with a lot of Capricorn vibe. They care, they're ambitious, they work hard, they very much care what other people think. And, they don't stop until they get their goals. And that's my 2 cents on Venus in Capricorn. Everybody cool? All right, cool. Let's go see what everybody else says about this action here. Babs Kirby and Janie Stubbs says, oh, and please subscribe to the channel. Please share the video. Please give it a thumbs up and tweet the holy bejesus out of it. Next, Babs Kirby and Jane Stubbs says, within a relationship, practical security will be very important. Yeah, people say that Capricorn's a practical sign and they like security. People with Venus in Capricorn need to feel that things around them are stable in order for them to relax. They're financially stable. There are different types of stable. Financially stable. They are not happy if conditions are uncomfortable. They may expect a partner to provide a stable, secure situation for them, or at least not to threaten one that they've already created for themselves. Hence, a partner's financial situation may be important to them. Venus in Capricorn has a reputation for marrying for money, which is not as mercenary as it sounds when it's realized that these people are attracted by stability and security. They're talking about Venus in an earth sign here. Earth tends to be stable and secure, because it's like Earth, right? Unless it's like moving Earth like Virgo, which means, Anyways, people with Venus in Capricorn can also be drawn to someone who has a certain status or reputation they find desirable. They may gain status themselves through the relationships. Now, to gain status through relationships, sometimes is in Capricorn, sometimes it's Venus in the 7th house. It's in relationships, so yes and no. Keep your eyes open. Astrology is not quite as simple as sticking a planet in a sign. It said, they may be attracted by someone who has a dignified air or who is distinguished in some way. Like, not distinguished like they've got this big giant pimple on the forehead distinguished, or like distinguished like they're wearing a monocle and saying, good day. That kind of distinguished. Their own dignity will be very important to them, and they will be careful not to compromise it. So Capricorns very much care what other people think. Even in an established relationship, they will always behave with restraint in public. They make very good partners for ambitious people who need someone prepared to do the necessary formal socializing. They will be in tune with how important this aspect of life can be for someone in getting on, and can be extremely supportive of their partner's ambitions and useful to them in many practical ways. Yeah, Capricorns they're not necessarily workaholics. Virgos are workaholics. Tauruses are hard worker. Capricorns are very hard workers, but they like people. They like shiny people. They like people who are popular. So they like people who are popular, and they like to be on the arm of people who are popular. Anyways, John Speller and Karen McCoy say, when relationships are used for the purpose of ensuring your social position, people can become mere objects on the way towards your prestige or sensual ends. Thus, the spirit of true relationships may be lost in the pursuit of materialism that eventually leaves you alone or only with your tangible assets for company. All right, yes or no? They're saying Venus in Capricorn is materialistic, is not possessive. Taurus is the possessive sign. Taurus, Scorpio are possessive signs, but Venus in Capricorn, again, it's about ambitious, and again, the words are I use, for better or worse, okay. Francis Sokian and Louis Acker say, Venus in the sign of Capricorn indicates those who need material status and wealth in order to achieve emotional security. That makes sense. Those who need material status and wealth in order to achieve emotional security. Often, they seek to improve their status by marrying above their station in life with the attitude that one might as well fall in love with someone wealthy. In dating and courtship, they are attracted to those who will take them to expensive restaurants and prestigious places of entertainment. Proud and reserved in their public behavior, they dislike overt public displays of emotion and affection, considering such conduct beneath them. Their dignified air can be based on their desire to feel superior to the common lot. Sometimes this is resented by others as snobbishness. All right, yes, no, whatever. Keep in mind, this is Venus. Venus is what you attract. So sometimes Venus in Capricorns, they attract people who use them. Venus in Capricorn could easily get used by others. Because of Saturn rulership of Capricorn, people with this Venus position can repress their emotions and sexuality, as does Venus in Virgo. I disagree with that. I totally disagree with that. This is like, these people don't get. Anyways, that's a bizarre stigma. But they are sensual and private. They attract sympathy through their quiet personal dignity and refinement. There's also a sense of aloneness about them, which generates a subtle mystique that appeals to others. Okay, whatever. People with this position of Venus, if they marry young, this is an interesting one. People with this position, Venus in Capricorn, if they marry young, they seek older, more mature partners. However, if they marry later in life, they choose younger mates who they can stabilize and provide with security in return for affection. Everybody got that? So people with Venus in Capricorn tend to attract partners who are at a different age from them, and that's quite common. Though not openly demonstrative, they are loyal and steadfast to those they love, because they innately sense the personal responsibility in important relationships. Venus in Capricorn doesn't break up a lot. They're slow to get into relationships. They usually do it with some end goal in mind. If Venus in Capricorn is into you, remember, they're progressive. So the point of getting into a relationship is to get to the end goal. And so if they're in a relationship if they're into you, or you have a Venus in Capricorn, you're a very end goal kind of person, and you're not in there to screw around. You're not in there for a one night stand. You're not in there. You're in there for better or worse, and you think that together you can rise to the top. It's the concept of a power couple. Venus in Capricorn gives you the idea, together we can go and create something beautiful. Grant Louis says, you are wise beyond your years where emotions are concerned. You accept, which I guess means aloof. You accept naturally the dictates of society and will rarely be found in compromising positions. That's Aquarius. Okay. Emotional response, that's the wild child. That's Aquarius. Emotional response will genuinely be along the lines of conventions. Capricorn believes in traditions, and they go with the flow because they're trying to do something. There's no need to ruffle both feathers. They will work within the system so that they can achieve what they want to achieve. It says you could love more easily where money is involved. Oh, gross. That's funny. Since your emotions are geared to your defense and ambitious responses, you will rarely find yourself struggling between love and duty, desire and ambition. They automatically work together. This making sense to everybody? Yeah, love and ambition, love and money, love and doing the whole thing, it can work together. And Venus in Capricorn put it together. They're not going to like somebody who's a lazy slug ass, You got to keep up with the game, or Capricorn's going to drop your ass. It's just that simple. So many people are like, hey, I did it. I don't got to work out anymore. Or, hey, this guy, isn't love enough? No, it's not enough. How about love yourself and keep yourself in shape? How about look good, How about, I know you're having a bad day. We'll get through this together, But if you don't keep up your end of the game, Capricorn's going to drop your ass fast. Anyways, your emotions are not so much controlled as they are natural adjuncts to practical wishes. You instinctively do the right thing. Make the tactful response. Oh, Capricorn, Venus in Capricorn is super tactful. And so you refuse to be hurt and easily refrain from doing things that hurt others. Emotional response is self-repressed and may even become selfish. Selfish. Okay, now, I'll say it again. There's more to it than all of this. So Capricorns easily mix love and money. That's what they like. That's the way they like to do it. You can mix it together. They want power. They want to hook up with someone and go achieve something together. They don't really want to do it by them. It's not a Sagittarius sign. It's a very nurturing in a different way. It's like the complete opposite of Cancer. So just think about it like that. Capricorn is the complete opposite of Cancer. Anyways, they're ambitious. Yeah, I've said that a million times. They are controlling. Saturn is a controlling planet. Saturn, think about this. Saturn takes away. What's not supposed to be there, Saturn gets rid of it. So all that's there is the bare necessities of what needs to be there. So Venus shows up and says, all right, what do we need? Love, money, family, a slinky, some handcuffs, and that sex tape sometimes that you need. And maybe some champagne and some chocolates. That's what you need. That's what you got. And that's what's going on. And every once in a while, you got to go into public to make yourself be seen. And that's what Venus in Capricorn is all about. It's about the necessities of love and money and how to get to someplace more beautiful. John Townley says, you may find satisfaction in a relationship in which one partner dominates the other. Oh yeah, this is talking about control here. You may find satisfaction in a relationship in which one partner dominates the other, or in which each person's realm of authority is very clearly delineated with an overall balance. And at any rate, clarity is essential, for a muddied relationship will not allow you to fully enjoy your sexuality. Capricorn is like Venus in Capricorn. First, Capricorn are control freaks. Capricorns are obviously sex freaks, if you didn't know that. Not out in the public, but behind closed doors. Capricorns, Virgos, they're like sex freaks. They're sexaholics. And they're quite possessive. They're like into whips. They will tie you up. They're into power games. It's that's the deal. Anyways, but up front, and they will totally give you the cold shoulder if you're not going to get it. They will take away their love really fast. A partner who is quite a bit older or younger, probably older, best suits your sexual style. This is not so much for the sake of knowledge and experience, but for the quality of distance mixed with intimacy that often characterizes such a relationship. I don't know what that means. Venus and Capricorn tend to marry people who are older than them, or when they're old, they marry younger people, because it's all about status. Although you want a certain affection from your lover, you prefer someone who is fairly discreet and treats your relationship not frivolously, but respect and decorum. This is the sign of the sugar daddy, by the way. All right, Robert Hand says, Robert Hans is a very popular astrologer that, anyways, you keep your feelings under control, and at times you may find it difficult to make friends. This is because you express your feelings more seriously than most people your age. You guys got that? Venus in Capricorn. Well, but you're serious about it because it's important. You see, how can you say it's not important when it's important? You're just serious about it. Anyways, try being a Venus and Scorpio. They're not only serious about it, they're serious and intense about it. Blah. Or Aries, they're like serious and intense and competitive, and they like freak out. Okay, and they argue about it. Anyways, everyone calm down. For this reason, you may prefer being with older people or people who can teach you about how to get along in the world. It's like a guide or a mentor. You very much need to respect the people you like. Oh, respect is a big thing with these guys. However, make sure that your relationships are not based solely on what others can do for you, because sometimes people with this placement of Venus can use friendship and love to get ahead in the world. If you use your friends in this way, you won't learn what love and friendships are really about. You got it? You got to watch out for using people. All right, next, Ronnie Dyer says, Capricorn, the cardinal earth sign, symbolized by a goat ascending a mountain. Well, that's one of them. And so is, along with Scorpio, the workaholic of the zodiac. Just as the persevering, goal-oriented mountain goat climbs slowly but surely until it reaches the top, people with Venus in Capricorn leave no stone unturned in their never-ending exploration of their creativity and money-making potential. Because Saturn-ruled Capricorn represents discipline, structure, and the foresight needed to bring budding ideas to fruition, Venus will add creativity and cooperation to whatever they attempt to be in the corporate, governmental, or artistic arena. That's not so bad, is it? I'll say it again. Because Saturn-ruled Capricorn represents discipline, structure, and the foresight needed to bring... It's foresight, They have a plan. They're going in that direction. They want to do it with you. Because they have all of those, Venus adds creativity, cooperation, and like, hey, can we just let's just be cool with, let's do this together, Capricorn's not going to yell at you to do it. That's Aries. Capricorn's not going to brag at you to do it. That's Leo. Capricorn's not going to wussy out and try and dress pretty. Is not going to make you do it by looking pretty and coerce you, by promising you sex, like Libra maybe. They're not going to make it super fun like Sagittarius, and they're not going to, be rebellious. They're going to say, hey, nice and quiet, let's go do this. We're going to get to the top of this mountain together. Anyways, since their self-esteem is intrinsically rooted in the success fulfillment of their ambition, marriage is often postponed until they feel themselves well established. Conversely, they may choose emotionally supportive, financially comfortable, or socially connected partners to help them to achieve their goals. Due to the single-minded sense of achievement that Venus and Capricorn people demand of themselves, they usually do not rush headlong into relationships. In fact, they devote so much time and energy to building a career that their partners must recognize that success is essential for their self-esteem and therefore their capacity for love. And that's a big deal. Wherever your Venus is, you need to express that. And if you can't express that, people are going to life is about give and take. You have to be able to express your Mars. You have to express your Venus. You got to do the moon thing every once in a while. You have to shine your light, shine the sun. If you can't do that, there's going to be a problem. Capricorns need to be ambitious and complete projects. So you want to keep your Venus and Capricorn happy, give them a project and encourage them. That's how you do it. It's that simple. Encourage their ambition. It doesn't have to mean they have to take on the world. It doesn't mean that they're social climbing. It doesn't mean that they're manipulative, although they do use people. But keep in mind that they want to, they want to finish a project. So give them a project and help them finish it. Marty Schulman is going to talk about the yod. The yod to this Venus placement is formed by the signs of Gemini and Leo. And it's from these two signs that the individual learns his greatest lessons about love. All right, watch this. So this is Capricorn up here, and the yod in astrology, it forms a Y. It's known as the finger or the hand of God, and it's how things get done, and it's the lessons that we learn from other signs. And so these are the two biggest things to learn from Capricorn. They learn from Gemini and Leo. Cancer is the opposite sign, And so, it's on the same axis. So it's the opposite of the same coin. But you go down, and then on one side of Cancer, and then the other side, Gemini and Leo. And that's what's called a yod in astrology. And we're going to talk about this in a second. And Venus in Capricorn, the yod is Gemini and Leo. And those are the lessons that we learn from the other signs. Everybody cool? From the sign Gemini, Capricorn learns how to put activity and motion into his life. That makes sense. The inhibited feelings of the Capricorn Venus become loosened, and the person discovers his ability to express his love to others. The social qualities of Gemini teach him about adaptability. He learns to break the rigidity of his overly structured love nature, to lighten up his serious and often somber attitude towards life, and realize that he can have a youthful sense of presence, which enables him to be as much attuned to his current feelings as he is to the conventional past pattern in which he tends to dwell. The communicative inclinations of Gemini help teach this individual how to tell the feelings to another. He realizes that the cold sense of isolation, that's that Saturn again thing, that he assumes to be his prison, is absolved by understanding how his innermost sensitivities are commonly shared with others. In this way, he establishes his link to humanity. What it is like, am I reading a university paper to you? Maybe this is from a university paper. Anyways, what the deal is, Capricorn doesn't talk, right? Capricorn doesn't talk, and they're cold and aloof. Gemini is one of the chattiest signs of the zodiac. Gemini teaches Venus and Capricorn to open up and express themselves. Not Cancer express themselves, but to talk about it. Capricorn is one of the quietest signs in the zodiac. Not as quiet as Cancer again, but one of the quietest. Gemini is one of the chattiest. Capricorn learns to express themselves or to talk it up by Gemini. Also, Capricorn is very single-minded and focused, unidirectional kind of sign. And Gemini is the sign of getting out and multitasking. So Gemini teaches Capricorn to multitask and to open up. From the sign of Leo, Venus in Capricorn learns how to come out of his shell. Because Leo's like, yo, player, what's up? Leo's the guy with the lampshade and like 3 beers in his hands. And he's like, yo, player, what's going on? King of the jungle. Rah! Rah! Okay. So that's what's going on. And Capricorn's like, okay. Because from the sign Leo, he learns how to come out of his shell, gathering the courage and boldness to break through his fears and inhibitions, and actually taste what life is like. Leo symbolizes generosity. Leo symbolizes generosity is in an openly honest, expansively warm nature. From this sign, the individual must realize that if he is to experience the fulfillment of love he is seeking, he must first overcome his miser-like tendencies, which on all levels enclose his life in the meager proportions of a fearful and limited imagination. He learns that the courage it takes to show his feelings and openly give his affection not only become the very essence of his ability to feel life, but also puts him in touch with the one force that overcomes karma. I'm going to stop reading this guy's stuff. This guy's like, he's all verbal. All it means is like this. Capricorn learns to talk up a storm, learns to talk from Gemini. Capricorn learns to party from Leo. It's not that complicated. Not from Sagittarius. Capricorn doesn't learn to party from Sagittarius. There's no way that's going to happen. Sag is ruled by Jupiter. Capricorn's ruled by Saturn. Capricorn's going to think Saturn is completely irresponsible. Hey, let's take off for the weekend and go get naked on the plane and have some fun. Capricorn's like, are you crazy? That's just not going to happen. But Leo owns that plane. And so if you own the plane or everybody's coming with you and you get your work done and you shine and you're loud and proud, then Capricorn's going to be like, hey, yeah, okay, maybe I'll go have some fun this weekend. I finished all my work. It's not going to hurt nobody. Let's get out there and have some fun. And that's what Capricorn learns from Leo, to be a little bit louder, a little more demonstrative, to be a little more open in your affections, to be a little bit more fiery, to be a little bit more creative. Leo is a highly creative sign. And to be a little bit more like an outgoing, show it off a little bit. You know, Capricorn's got to learn to show it off. Leo is a bling bling kind of sign, and Capricorn needs to show a little bit of bling bling, not, you know, lose the, like, you know, anyways. Capricorn learns to show a little bling from Leo, to get out, to party, to have a little bit of fun, and they learn to be a little more verbally expressive from Gemini. And, you know, Capricorn is not stubborn like Taurus or Scorpio or Aquarius. Capricorn is definitely, like, going to try new things, but, you know, like, they're pretty fixed. You know, it's cardinal Earth, they're pretty fixed, and they're really good at starting projects. And that's the action, guys. That's my 2 cents on Venus and Capricorn, and that's what everybody else says about Venus and Capricorn. So what do you need to know about this? Venus is the planet of love, attraction, and money. It's also how you want others to feel in a good way, not negative way. That's like the other planets. But, like, if you want to, you know, someone feel good, that's how they do it. Capricorn, when you're down, a Venus in Capricorn is going to pick you up and then tell you to get back out there. They're going to do the Cancer thing, but they're going to do it in a very Capricorn kind of way, because it's like on the same axis, you know. And what else is going on? So Capricorn is probably the most misunderstood sign of the zodiac. They're, like, outgoing. They're there. They're the awesome business leaders. They want you to succeed, and we succeed together. They just don't like when you're a slack ass. You know, they are the sign of tough love. And Venus in this sign is going to attract someone who seems cold, but they're actually quite... they actually do a lot for you, and they take care of the situation. It's a highly responsible sign. They very much care about what other people think. They are not a keg party, a keg beer party. They're very much a wine and cheese kind of party, but they're not hoity-toity and snobby like you would think, like some of the other signs. They're not pretentious, but they very much care what other people think. They do appreciate the fine things in life, and you'd be lucky to find yourself a Venus in Capricorn. You just have to watch out, because the negative ones, there are negative sides to all of this. You know, I'm trying to make it positive, but there are negative stereotypes to this. Venus in Capricorn, they can be controlling, they can use you, and they will use, Venus in Capricorn will use sex as a weapon. They will manipulate you, and they are ambitious. They'll use you to achieve their means. But at the same time, they do want to do it to get, they want to, you know, they're a relationship sign. It's Saturn, they're a long-term sign. Venus in Capricorn is into long relationships. But, you know, if you don't pull your weight, they're going to kick your ass to the curb so fast it's not even funny. You're not even going to be able to blink. And that's the action. And that's the action, everybody. That's the Venus in Capricorn. I hope everyone enjoyed the video. And if, once again, if you want to help support the channel, then just cruise on over here to the Astro-Side, the Astro-Side.com, and pick up one of our super cool, well, these are all the mugs, super cool mugs or hoodies. These are the Virgo hoodies, long sleeve shirts. I wear a lot of these kind of shirts. I'm wearing one right now, actually. And here's the Pisces one, if any Capricorns are into Pisces out there, and they come in different colors. Check this out. Check it out. I'm a Pisces. Look at me. Look at me. I'm a Pisces. Check me out. I'm psychic. Don't you know? Oh, you didn't know that. Only I know that because I'm the psychic one. I bet you thought I was. I know you thought I was because I'm psychic. I'm a Pisces. All right. And it also, you know, they come in different colors. This is purple. I like the purples here. SLC likes the blue, the baby blue. It's really pretty too. And all of these go really nicely with our leggings. Anyways, that's the action, guys. And if anyone wants a reading, just check it out in the description box below. And by all means, remember, every morning here on the channel, I read your horoscopes live. So if you want to take part in that, just drop by the channel and say what's up. And every night I read your tarot cards. And that's the action. Whoop, whoop. From TheSunnySide.net, reminding everyone, please subscribe to the channel. Please give the video a bloop thumbs up. Unless you're really good and you can give it two. Bloop, bloop. And that's the action, guys. From TheSunnySide.net, I'm Sunny, wishing everyone the absolute best of a super beautiful day. Be cool, everyone, and I'll see you guys soon.